Hello dear friends, I'm again with you with a new topic, that is how to describe or write a graph, chart or table. Well, graph, chart or table, whatever may be, basically a set of information is furnished in that like this. And you are asked to highlight, summarize and compare the information. Here, however, some of you have a wrong idea about it. That is, all the data set in the graph have to be in description. Actually, not like that. Telling again, you have to highlight, summarize and compare them. Let's know the getup and rules of describing graph, chart or a table. Outward shape. Write within from 150 to 160 words. You can make 2, 3 or 4 paras if the topic is single. They are: para 1 introduction, in which you will write paraphrase; para 2 overall, which means at a glance view of the task; and para 3 body. In para 4, you can conclude in one sentence, but conclusion is not compulsory in describing graph, chart or table. You can also merge para 2, which is of overall, with introduction if the topic is from different angles. Don't make more than 4 paras though the task is more. Then you can omit conclusion. Inner shape. At first, in introduction, write the paraphrase of the question, which means writing in own words. Here, you should not write the question directly. You should change the structure of the question sentence and use the synonyms of the words used in the question. Point out the highlighting point and overall tendency. Try to touch every major information. Don't try to touch all information. If the information is so many, then you can summarize the non-major information in a single sentence. Summarize the information, compare the information, write remaining in the given information. Don't write imaginary something. Notice the time of the graph and fix in which tense you will write. Generally, a set of information of the past is given, so the tense goes in past indefinite most of the time. That means subject plus past form of verb. And last of all, use these kinds of words in your writing logically. They are drop, rise, increase, grow, climb, boom, peak, fall, decline, dramatic, dramatically, substantial, substantially, rapid, rapidly, gradual, gradually, sharp, sharply, steep, steeply, slight, slightly, steady, steadily, during, etc. Now we'll see a graph and describe that. Dear viewers, look at the board. Here is a graph on recent information. The graph below shows the rise of daily death toll in Italy of COVID-19 in March 2020. Describe the graph in 150 words. You should highlight, summarize and compare the information. Death toll of COVID-19 in Italy in March 2020. Look at the graph. On 3rd March, the figure was 100. On 10th March, it was 200. On 17th March, the figure was 400. 24th March, 800. And last of all, on 31st March, the figure was 1000. Now mind mapping for describing the chart. Mind mapping. In introduction, paraphrase, we'll use synonyms of the words used in the question sentence. We'll change the structure of the question sentence. And overall para, we'll find out the overall tendency, that is growing up tendency, here grew. We will also find out the highest and lowest figure. In body para, we will highlight, summarize and compare the information. Here are some comparative clues. They are 100 by 200, 200 by 400, 400 by 800, 800 by 1000. Equal to, that means increasing rate, 100, 200, 400 and 200. Again, 100 by 400, 100 by 800, 100 by 1000, 200 by 100, 200 by 400, 200 by 1000, 400 by 100, 400 by 200, 400 by 1000, 800 by 100, 800 by 200, 800 by 1000, etc. You can divide, redivide, multiply, remultiply the information to compare one another. But you will take only the major points, because the volume of your writing is within only 150 words. Yes, you can also exceed it, but up to 180 words, not more than that. So let's start writing the graph according to the mind map. In the given graph, the scale of a per day fatalities in Italy caused by COVID-19 in March 2020 has been decorated here on weekly basis, whereas the estimated information is supposed to be approximately. Overall, the number of dishes grew sharply, being double every week than the previous one, except the concluding week taking the total highest figure at the ending and lowest on the beginning. However, the demise on 3 March was only 100, which soared up steeply to 200 in the next week, being twofold. What was half of the death case on 17 March, quarter of 24th March, and 1/5 of 31st March. Then on 24th March, 800 people died. That was 2 times of 17 March and redouble of 10th March before picking up at the topmost point on 31st March when the expiry touched 1000. Moreover, though the increasing figures were 100, 200, 400 respectively in the first, second and third week, it declined to 200 in the last week. After all, in spite of showing the substantial climbing up tendency during the first 3 weeks, in the closing week, the increasing rate of death toll seems to be dropping. Now, dear viewers, observe, we have touched every major information of the task. So we have qualified task achievements. Then all we have written related to the provided information, and we have used 18 connectors in the writing which are marked in violet color. So we have also qualified coherence and cohesion quality of the task, and we have applied topic related suitable words and phrases which are marked as indigo color. Most importantly, we have used some words as red marked, which are usually used in describing graph, chart or table. We have also used the synonyms of the question words and avoided the repetition of the same word. So it proves the writer's strong vocab stock. Lastly, grammar. Various kinds of grammatical terms have been used in the small piece of writing. Some important among them are: we have written the paraphrase in different style. We have used 4 complex sentences out of 6 sentences. The rest of 2 are simple sentences. Both active and passive forms have been used. Gerund, participle, suffix, prefix, degree, newly made phrases, and most importantly punctuation marks, especially comma, have been used so carefully. So the writing is enriched grammatically also. That's all about describing graph, chart or table. You can knock at the comment box for any query. Moreover, you can also watch my other videos in case of failing to understand any term. Till then, bye bye. Dear viewers, thank you very much who have already subscribed my channel, but those who have not yet, requesting you to subscribe my channel and like it. Moreover, don't forget to press the bell button to get my more